Hello celestial beings, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new. My name is Celeste Simone, and here on my channel I offer spiritual guidance to empower my celestial beings and heart-centered energy healing to help you align with your higher self. So if that is something that you might be interested in, please consider hitting that subscribe button and joining our family of celestial beings. I'm so excited for today's reading, all about what you can expect in the next 6 months, because it is another collab with a big group of other tarot readers here on YouTube. So be sure to check out those other readings after this one, because I will be linking them down below in the description box. You can get even more messages surrounding your life, your career, your love life, all in 6 months time. So whenever you're watching this, it is a timeless reading. In 6 months time, that's what we are going to be tapping into the energy of. Let's not waste any more time. If you are as excited as I am to find out what you can expect in 6 months, give this video a big thumbs up and let's dive into these piles. Pile number 1 is the Modern Witch Tarot deck, and we will be pulling additional oracle cards as well for each one of the piles. Pile number 2 is the Lightseer's Tarot. Pile number 3 is the Shadowscapes Tarot. And pile number 4 is the Mermaid Tarot. Now's your opportunity to take your time, as much time as you need, and pause the video if you need to find out which pile or piles most resonate with you. Once you have found your pile or piles, you can head on down into the description box below, where I've posted the timestamps for each one of these readings. Please keep in mind they're general readings, so take the messages that resonate with you and leave the rest. Those are most likely for somebody else who also chose that pile. But I believe everything happens for a reason, so be sure to watch the reading all the way through to the end to make sure that you receive the message or messages that drew you to that deck or pile. Okay, you guys, let's not waste any more time. I will see you over at your reading. Hello, beautiful celestial beings who chose pile number 1 or deck number 1. I'm so used to saying pile, but this time we're doing the decks because I know that we're gonna need a lot of messages, and I figure this would be the best way to really go into depth as to what you can expect in 6 months and any time in between, really. Okay, so we're gonna shuffle these cards first to get some general energy and messages for you, group 1. And we do have the Sun card. So I'm gonna set these facing you. We have the Sun card first, which really tells me that in 6 months time, you are building up this energy of happiness and success. You're gonna be very happy in the circumstances that you find yourself in 6 months. Okay. The Sun card just represents joy and also reaching goals, reaching destinations that you were hoping to achieve. So let's see what else comes through. Oh, Ace of Pentacles. So there's also a new beginning for you. This could be a new job. This could be kind of a new start in a very tangible way. We also have the King of Pentacles. So this combination of Pentacles energy coming through for you, group 1, is really telling me that you're going to be very established in your career and in your money circumstances. I feel like you're going to have a clear direction. You're also going to be very discerning and feel as though, almost as though like you have made it in your career and home life as well. There's a lot of abundance here, and even a new beginning of abundance. So you might even be getting a promotion of some kind as well, or working at a new job where you feel very well respected. You feel like you can make a life there, you know, like you feel like you can be there for a long time, and you're feeling accomplished as well. So this is a really good energy for your finances in general, and also where you've established yourself. The King of Pentacles, he knows how to manage his money. His energy is that of an earth sign or earth energy. So either you, or if this could be your partner as well, whoever you might be in the relationship with, you might be starting a home together, or they might be starting a new career, but either way, you are reaping the benefits of a solid foundation in your home and money so that you feel secure in that area of your life. And interesting, I'm just being drawn to the sun being this kind of round golden disc with the pentacles as well. So I do feel like this is all connected. So let's pull another card for my group ones. Okay, so there's some messages as well that in addition, so, you know, positive and negatives comes through all the time in our lives, and the tarot cards like to give us a heads up so that we can plan ahead as well. You also got the Queen of Pentacles here too. So let's see what this is about so that you'll know what to expect and also how to work with that energy, because it seems as though there's something that is coming to light or that is weighing on you. Now, this is a lot of mental fear or thoughts coming through. So let's see, because I feel like with the positive energy that is happening, this might be on your mind. It could be a worry that is kind of surrounding you. Maybe it's even surrounding you right now about the future. And I do feel like the cards really want to put that worry or those kind of like negative thoughts, they want to put that to rest so they can help you with that. So that's usually, that's the feeling that I'm getting from this energy. So let's see what this is. The Chariot. This again is movement. I mentioned maybe moving to a new house or into a new job as well. Okay, and we have the Page of Wands. Let's do one more card. Wow, these are really flying out very, and the Queen of Wands too. Okay. So the cards want me to talk about your creative energy and your inspired energy. The Wands energy is fire. So this is the speed, and also the Chariot too is this speed, this momentum, this movement that is happening. I feel like you might be worried that you're gonna be stuck, but this is really coming to an end. Something that is, yeah, this is because this is the Ten of Swords. We have the final conclusion of this worry that you might have. This could be a worry that something's going to come between you and somebody you care about. And I feel like I feel like this is moving ahead. You know, I feel like you're moving through this very quickly, actually, like almost like you're gaining momentum in your energy. And I almost like I'm seeing this momentum carrying you through the next 6 months and leading you towards the abundance that you're really hoping to have. If Three of Swords is about something that happened particularly with somebody else and you're feeling worried about that situation, I feel like these thoughts are being put to rest, because what we're seeing with the Chariot is you being in control and being focused and taking action that is inspired action, that is listening to your intuition and leading you towards positive growth and positive success. So I'm almost getting the thought that it's almost like, yeah, see, I really do feel that way as well. So 10 of Cups, you can even see on the image here that there's a couple with their children. They're looking out. There's a rainbow above them of 10 cups. These are 10s are conclusions. So what I'm seeing is this like happy ending to something that you might have been worrying about being an issue that could affect you and either a significant other, or affect you and somebody at work, or maybe that somebody was going to turn against you. In this case, I don't feel like that's going to be the case. And I think that the cards really just wanted to put your mind at ease, because I see everything working out, like starting a home with this person, creating a family with this person if that's what you want, or just having people on your side and feeling connected with people rather than almost feeling like you're going to be betrayed by them. I'm seeing the opposite is going to happen in 6 months. Okay, so that was a lot of messages all at once. I'm getting the sense that we should shift gears and let's talk about love specifically next, and then we'll go into career. So let's move these cards for now, and we're gonna dive into love life next. Just feeling drawn to that next. We kind of got a lot of almost messages in all areas to start out with, but yeah, let's go into love life next. So we're just shuffling all the cards again, seeing what comes out. So sometimes we get the same cards coming out to then talk about love life. And I'm noticing I didn't flip some of these, or that's interesting because I wonder how these got flipped over. We're gonna keep these out because there was a reason here. No idea. Maybe you guys saw how that happened, but I did not. So I feel like those cards really want to come out for you guys. Let's see. What else do we need to know about love life for group 1? What other messages? Okay, so these messages are going to be, I feel like these are more for singles, so you can skip to the career portion, and we'll end after career if you want to. We will also end with some more blessings and positive messages for 6 months from now to answer further questions about the energy. But for now, let's talk to the singles out there about love, and maybe some of you who are interested in long-term relationships and knowing about your partner, we'll tap into that as well. Okay. Maybe a new romance. So we do have a lot of pentacles here as well. We have 7 of Wands and the Hanged One. Okay, I'm seeing that for many of you in group 1, I do sense that your career has taken a lot of your time. So one of the first messages coming through is that you may find it hard to have enough energy even to like plan to, maybe it's even planning to just go on dates and like just feeling like overwhelmed because you are building your career, you're building your own home life. And it's almost like having to juggle all these things at once makes it hard to kind of slow down and plan. And I think that's really what I'm seeing you doing in 6 months as well, is seeing a lot of your career success coming through. And I'm seeing like a switch up or a change up of your perspective on your own future. I don't think that you are alone per se. I just feel as though in 6 months time, there's gonna be a change in your career. Again, that's kind of coming through as well for anybody who's single. But I do see like a lot of abundance coming through. Let's pull again, because we'll pull some more cards for clarification. I see you planning for your future because you have such a firm foothold like in your present moment. So let's see if there's anybody coming in as well. For many of you, just kind of seeing the King of Pentacles in the past, in the initial reading, I'm getting the message come through from that King of Pentacles that the person that you're with is very much aligned with your career, aligned with their own career as well. So this could be somebody you do meet at work. Yes, somebody even from your past as well. See, with the world, wow, this is like a really, this is an awesome reading, because honestly, with the world coming through, the the Seven of Pentacles is telling me that like, it's almost like everything gets, in some cases, like there's like a complete 180 for you in you kind of conquering, overcoming things, and finally like reaping the benefits of so much hard work, being able to sit back and watch things like flourish and grow and bloom. And it's almost like you have just a complete mindset on a complete shift in perspective with the Hanged Man. There's also this kind of like, I'm hearing also surrender with the Hanged One or the Hanged Man card. It's almost like you can let go and put things at ease. Like you can just let go and relax because things are being taken care of for you. So I don't know if this is the relationship itself is a support system that you can watch grow. That's kind of like also this message that's coming through is like you have the complete picture. It's like your career and love life align for this. Let's get a clarification on the Six of Cups, because often the Six of Cups is somebody coming to you or coming back into your life. Now this doesn't have to be a ex. This could actually be just somebody from your childhood who you were close with, or who even like reminds you of your childhood or makes you feel those fond memories. They're like a nostalgic energy for you. There's like a nostalgia there of them being near you and being around you. So this could be the energy that they bring, like this comforting, warm, supportive energy that they're bringing to the situation. And I feel like it is related to, even because I'm getting the sense that you might even be in a new location too, that you just find yourself in a new location that's just perfect for you. Okay, 5 of Swords. I'm hearing too with the 5 of Swords, like leaving a situation behind, starting out fresh, even like with it. Yeah, and Wheel of Fortune, there's so much abundance, and the King of Pentacles showed up again, of course. Yeah, there's so much abundance for this group. I feel like this, I'm also hearing for some of you that this person might be somebody who you're not considering at the moment, or you don't realize is gonna be the right person. But that we're seeing like divine timing with Wheel of Fortune for this person coming in. And I do get the sense, remember I referenced the King of Pentacles, I do get the sense that this is an earth energy or somebody who's very grounded and can be a support system. Like the King of Pentacles is somebody who has their finances together, they're responsible, they also are reliable in their career and in that kind of area, you know, and anything related to earth. So that could be money, home life, physical, tangible, you know, very grounded, a grounding person. So maybe that's somebody who you're drawn to or you're looking for, but it also could be, I mean, these characteristics could be somebody who also you literally meet at work and who you know as a friend first, but now you're getting together at work. Yeah, because I feel like this person's coming in, bringing with them fortune, or at a time of good fortune and good luck for you. So 6 months from now, for sure, like you have things put together, you have your life in order, especially when it comes to finances for this group. Even if you have to kind of overcome a difficult time, I think you're gonna see from, oh, that's what another message is coming through with the Hanged one, is that something that you're seeing now as being like a burden or being too difficult and like a challenge that you have to like push through, something now that feels that way, you're gonna have a completely different perspective on it 6 months from now. And this could be related to either this person, or it could be related to the situation you're in right now, where you might feel a little blocked off and unsure of what's happening next. I also see that you might be shifting from a place of being in conflict with a lot of people right now to moving on from that, and then being able to create this fortune surrounding you, you know, like the Wheel of Fortune. But 6 months from now, at least, if not sooner, you're shifting. Okay, the energy is shifting in your favor. Maybe you are in a job, for example, this is just one way that this could play out, is you might be in a job where you don't get along with a lot of the people you're working with, and you either see the job from a new perspective because you're able to, like, either maybe some people leave in all honesty, or you shift positions or shift jobs. I see too, planning a future with this King of Pentacles. I see that as well as kind of like part of all of this. It's like you're starting to be able to see a future where you're at 6 months from now. So that might feel a little opposite, like that. It feels like this reading is opposite of what you guys are feeling right now. So there is, for this group, a positive changeover. We're seeing that with the Wheel of Fortune too, is this like shifting of this kind of, we all go through cycles, which is what the Wheel of Fortune represents, the same as how the zodiac signs shift around in the wheel of the sky. Yeah, it's the same thing, as we're constantly going through these cycles of these different energies and learning and growing from them. But sometimes when we shift into the cycle of the Wheel of Fortune or into that energy, we start to notice like good luck, or luck is on our side for that. And you also got the Sun card too, and the World. So I really feel like a lot is coming together for you in a positive light in 6 months from now, which goes by pretty quickly, I feel like, but you're moving in the right direction. And I think this is going to turn some things on their head for you, where you are just kind of like, oh, I get it now. Like, I get where I've come from and why I had to go through that so that I could be here in this like energy and understands like why I'm here a lot better. You know, you're gaining that higher perspective in 6 months too, so it'll make a lot more sense. So I do have some love oracle cards as well that were gifted to me by Angelic Revelation 144. So these are her yin yang love oracle deck. So let's pull some energy for this relationship with this particular person, or kind of where your love life will be at 6 months from now. We have tenderness. There's really like comfort from this person, I feel, as well. All right, that one wanted to fly out. We have happiness. That was that sun energy too. So whether you are in a current relationship or looking to start a relationship, 6 months from now, you will be in a happy connection that has that tenderness and compassion that you're looking for. Okay, I feel like there's reliability. I feel like there's long-term energy too with this person, especially with the world. Like, this is things coming together, and there's so much earth energy that we've already seen for you, group one. So earth energy to me is pretty consistent and reliable. Versus like a fling, or, you know, like a one-time thing that is just really very passionate, but kind of, you know, fizzles out quickly or something like that. I don't feel like that for this group. This feels like a very grounded energy that you're shifting into in 6 months. So let's get one more card for, let's get one more card for group one. Let's see what comes through. I feel like there's one more message. Here we go. Unbridled eroticism. So there's some sexual energy here as well. I think the cards want you to know, like, this is also a very passionate love as well. But it does have that happiness and long-term commitment that I feel like comes with that earth energy as well, alongside still being very very, very much attracted to each other. Okay, so we're also going to pull from Angelic Revelations Divine Dating Lovers Oracle as well for some additional messages. And I'd be curious too, we'll pull some cards as well about kind of how this person feels about you. I do have a hard time, I just am terrible at shuffling cards that are bigger. Okay, passionate, yes. There's passion between the two of you. How else does this person feel about you? Interesting, social distancing and hidden relationship. I wonder if this is, because this distancing energy, I wonder if this is because this person might be somebody you do work with, and you might not want to share it with everybody right away. Maybe you're already with somebody who you work with and you're just like not sure if this is gonna last. I do see you planning a future with this person. Like I said, I feel like this is long term. And if you did meet them at work, you know, you might be wanting to keep it hidden for a while, but I feel like this isn't necessarily because they want to hide the relationship as much as that just for now you have to kind of act a little more distant and not let on to other people that you are together just for the time being. So you might be having fun with that right now, but I do see long-term happiness for this connection as well. Okay, you guys, let's move into the career next for group one and what messages we have there. Although actually before we do that, I just want to pull a couple cards on, I mentioned kind of pulling cards on how this person is feeling about you. So, and just to be clear, like it doesn't necessarily have to be a man when we have the King of Pentacles energy. This is just masculine energy in general, but we all have masculine feminine energy that we project. So this is just kind of the essence of the person. Wow, the Magician. This person is also, like I kind of hinted, but this person's really good with money, but they're also very much clear on what they want in life. I feel like they're very influenced. Okay, yeah, wow, the sun and your sword is coming out again. Interesting. I feel like a heartbreak in the past is being healed by this person. I feel like you are manifesting this person in, let's see, the Fool, or maybe this person did break your heart, or you did have an argument with this person in the past, but I feel like they're coming back in again for some of you. This is by choice though, so if you say like, no, that person's not in my life, then this probably wouldn't apply to you, but I feel like there might have been a minor, this would have been a minor disagreement that is this person's coming back in. Because we're seeing the Fool. This is a new beginning with a happy ending and a happier conclusion. So if this person is not the one that you feel is connected to this, this could just be that you've been through a heartbreak and you might have lost hope in manifesting this person, but I'm seeing you are manifesting this person and they're going to bring happiness. And this is, again, with the Fool, this feels like a reset button on your love life as well. So if you're feeling like love has ended in heartbreak so many times, or like the last relationship you've been in ended in heartbreak, this is resolving, and definitely in 6 months, this is like the positive light of the sun is shining on you, shining on you so that you can walk into the future and start fresh. The Fool is all about new beginnings and having this bright, hopeful focus on the future. And I do see that this is growing. This is allowing you to move into the future with hope and with like this positive outlook too. So this is how you're going to be feeling in 6 months from now. Yeah, I do feel like this person is very happy to be with you. I do see that like passionate energy as well between the two of you. Okay, group one, yes. So we're gonna, again, pull from this deck, but we're gonna use some other oracle cards too. So let's shuffle a few cards for your career. Your career has definitely been coming up a lot. So group one, I do feel like we're gonna probably get some repeat messages, but also we'll pull some oracle cards on it too. But I do feel group one that like it already seems as though you really are going to have some breakthroughs in your career in 6 months. So let's see what the cards have to say. Shuffle. There's a lot that came out, so let's just see. We have Page of Cups. And I always pull these facing you guys. Okay, Nine of Swords, Ace of Swords. I feel like your heart maybe isn't in your career currently. I feel like maybe this is something that you're worried about, because like I was saying before, group one, the 6 months from now energy for you seems like a complete 180. Like it's a turnaround moment or time where you're gonna kind of look back at where you're at right now and be like, oh, okay, I get it. Like that is what had to happen. I also feel as though you're going to go from a place of feeling like very hopeful, but also worrying about your job and career, to having a strong connection, like having a new opportunity come in and direction that we mentioned before with the Chariot, that like propels you forward. So you're taking action in your career that is going to lead you to this positive conclusion 6 months from now. So I would say make sure you're getting enough rest, group one, because it seems like you're even worrying at night. You might wake up at night and then have a hard time falling back to sleep about worrying about this job. And I know like I'm getting the sense from the Page of Cups that you're a sensitive soul, and if you do have people at work who are giving you a hard time or like are really harsh on you, then that really cuts deep for those of us who are sensitive. I feel that, group one, if you're sensitive to other people's like harsh criticism, and and you're just like dreading going to work or dreading interacting with certain people relating to your career, or maybe it's just like other people being either in your family, you know, judging you for your career, or judging or like telling you you can't amount to anything, stuff like that. Like, this is, first off, I feel like you're gonna prove them all wrong anyway, or I do see that you're gonna like get out of this situation, whatever it is, however it manifested for you, and if this is just the energy for the whole group. But I feel like you're gonna be able to heal that, and you're gonna be able to start fresh with a clear goal, like with a clear momentum, especially with the Chariot. Like, you're going to take an action that's just going to lead to the next thing and the next thing and the next thing that is going to result in this abundance coming in through your career in 6 months. Okay, 5 of Cups. There's a lot of emotion surrounding your career. There is a lot of feelings of maybe you feel like you have failed in some way recently, or feeling maybe that you've missed out, or you've lost an opportunity, or maybe just this time in your life you're questioning certain aspects of your life or your path. And I feel like this perspective, your perspective is going to shift 6 months from now. So let's see, what can we expect 6 months from now? Because I think the message here is really wanting to drive home that feeling. So the Queen of Wands fell out on top. I'm just going to take these two. We have a lot of Cups, and Queen of Wands is growth, ambition, and this our creative expression. 9 of Cups is really being surrounded by a lot of everything you could want, right? So there's so many things, there's so many positives surrounding her, and she's sitting on her chair just kind of like owning it, you know, like she gets all of this, and she's so proud to like display all these cups. She's so proud of herself for everything that is surrounding her. And that's what we're talking about. Yes. Group 1, I see a lot of sensitivity in you. I know we talked about kind of being drawn to somebody who was grounding. This might make sense for those of you who have like maybe even a water energy in your chart that's pretty strong, because we have the High Priestess. And look at this, she's appearing, I kind of placed her without even realizing it over the Ace of Swords. And the Ace of Swords is all about mental clarity, but also intuitive guidance. It's kind of like those thoughts that come to your mind that are your intuition saying like, do this. And that's what the High Priestess is all about, is being connected to her higher self, being confident in her inner guidance, in her inner voice, and being confident in that, and trusting that she knows what's right for her. And I feel like you're shifting into that energy where you know what's right for you, and you're not going to doubt that, because the Page of Cups shows that your intuition is growing. You're starting to tap into it more. And I see when I'm kind of moving through these cards, I'm seeing going from the 9 of Swords, which can be like self-doubt. It can be worry or anxieties coming up, especially at nighttime. This is showing that you are cutting through that cloudy confusion, taking action and healing and letting go. So yeah, you're overcoming what has been lost, what you did not accomplish, and moving forward with confidence. I also see that others kind of moving through the next 6 months, others are going to help you out with this. You might even have a mentor or somebody who helps direct you and guide you, even a spirit guide mentor guiding you towards and helping you and assisting you to move forward. It's like once you start this momentum, it continues to grow and grow. And that's not to say that we don't have ups and downs, you know? We do have ups and downs, even if generally the momentum is still there. Know that there is going to be maybe ups and downs, but to stay the course and to allow this energy to guide you. Okay, group 1. So let's pull some oracle cards. As I mentioned, we'll pull some oracle cards for career. See what energy comes through. Whoa. It says, don't let your past hold you back. This is also the South Node energy. It says a time to give rather than take. I feel as though with this energy, with the new moon in Virgo, that you're going to find yourself giving back is going to give you a lot of joy. It's going to give you a lot of positivity. And it's also going to bring in people. I feel like as you give yourself and give your authentic self, you're going to find that the universe turns that around. I mentioned like others helping you as well to reach this point. And I think that's kind of like part of this, right? Is like in your career, being able to find a passion is finding a passion that is related to helping others, which is going to be very rewarding. You might also, because with the South Node in the, what do you need to release? So there's something from your past that you're releasing. It may even be, I'm hearing as though that you might be releasing a past, like almost like you're holding on to something about yourself. Because I feel as though you're releasing this belief that you can't do something or that something's not going to work out. And rather than thinking about how you're not doing enough, you instead focus your energy on the interactions, like the rewards that you gain from what you have done and who has appreciated that. Because even if you help one person, that energy is so powerful, and that's so like just the impact you have on one person in your life is all that matters. And I think what's going to happen is that's going to build and build and build. This Six of Pentacles is the energy of charity, and what you give, you receive. So I do feel as though knowing it's hard to give when you feel like you're unworthy or you feel like you are held back from being your true self. So I feel like letting go of these, maybe what others have told you about yourself, or even like thinking to yourself like I'm not good at it or I'm not good enough. With your career, I see growth in your own abilities and your own belief in your own abilities moving forward. And I feel like you release that in 6 months, you release that and you start to feel this exchange of energy, not just from other people, but also from the universe. And it's like the more you give yourself in this career, the more abundance that starts coming in. I also see gaining recognition for this as well. And I do see that you're going to be aligned with your like soul purpose because of the High Priestess here as well. Like, and this clear direction here with the Ace of Swords, this is like starting your path with a clear direction, as I said. And I also feel like it's a higher purpose, and that's why it's this give rather than take. There's like this higher purpose that has to do with your South Node, which is your, basically your North Node is where your purpose lies in this life. Your South Node is where you came from past lives or from even your childhood. So moving forward, you're moving into this life purpose energy, especially in 6 months from now. I think it's going to become really clear what you are moving towards that gives your heart, that like ignites your heart and makes you feel purposeful. All right, let's finish up with some final messages as well. Yeah, let's finish up with that, even if maybe they relate to career as well. But let's see, they could relate to anything. But let's just kind of see what blessings are coming through for group 1. What blessings for group 1 in 6 months from now? Yeah, we have commitment. So those of you who are in a relationship, oh my gosh, dreams and life purpose, you guys. This is the dream, living the dream. Your dreams coming to reality. I mentioned kind of like this is so crazy because we're talking about like career and love. In love, we see this strong commitment. We see life purpose as far as career and living your dreams. I feel like this is really rounding up this, like completely tying this in a perfect bow in a knot. What we've been talking about, which is really for group 1, like this is a really positive reading. I feel again that looking back now where you're at 6 months from now, I see you feeling like, yes, I'm on my life purpose. I'm in, and also the foundation, the strength of where you're going to be 6 months from now, both in your career and financially. I do see that you're bringing that in for yourself, like strength and commitment to what you're doing. But also, again, commitment is that relationship we spoke about, which is that long-term connection. So you guys may already be in this connection, or, you know, this is somebody coming in for you in the next 6 months. That's going to be that long-term commitment that you're looking for many of you. Okay. Yes, dreams, you guys, your dreams are becoming reality. You're on the right path. Do not worry. I hope this allows you to get some rest, gives you a little bit of peace of mind, hopefully. But that's going to do it for your reading. I will link above to the playlist and also below as well. I'll have the playlist to all of the collabs that we've done so far. There are so many awesome options. So I'll link to one of those videos above and below. But before you do that, before you leave, make sure you head on down into the description box and check out some more messages about what you can expect 6 months from now from all the other amazing tarot readers. They're all really great tarot and oracle card readers, all amazing intuitives that I'm so grateful to be part of this collab. If you did enjoy this one, please give it a big thumbs up and comment down below. Let me know, what was your favorite card, or what was your favorite aspect of this reading? What resonated with you? I would love to hear that and have a little chat in the comments. And yeah, that's gonna do it for this reading. Thanks so much for joining me. I hope to see you back again soon, but bye for now. Hello, all my beautiful celestial beings who chose deck number 2, which is the Lightseer's Tarot deck. I love this deck. Super excited to dive in. I used decks this time instead of just the piles of the cards because we do want to go into depth for love, career, overall blessings, overall energy, what you can expect 6 months from now. So this is a timeless reading, as I mentioned. So we're going to shuffle the cards right away and just dive into what messages come in. And then we'll go into love a little bit, and then we'll go into career, and then final messages, anything else that comes through. So we're starting off with the Queen of Swords from a group of 2s. There's a lot of confidence 6 months from now. Very clear direction in what you want to do next. I feel, oh, we're seeing that, yeah, this is a time where you're kind of tired. You want to take some time to reflect and maybe even step back and see how far you have come. Okay, Fool and the Wheel of Fortune. Wow. Okay, we have 5 of Wands. A lot came out at once. 10 of Wands, 6 of Wands. Okay. There's a new start here where you're going to take a moment to stop, take a step back and reflect, because I feel as though you might find that you are like working hard, but this is, so I'm also feeling too, so with the 10 of Wands also, we have a lot of Wands energy right over here that came together all at once. So just went with it. And here, I'll put this more, let's make some room. 6 of Wands. We have the 10 of Wands in reverse. This tells me that you're really sticking to your guns about yourself, your authentic self, and what you want to do. You have confidence in that. You know this is, you know you need to be true to yourself. And I see 6 months from now that paying off, because it feels as though being yourself might be difficult with some people surrounding you, where you kind of are like, I'm doing this, and then maybe you get pushback from other people because they might think otherwise, or you might be too impulsive for other people and they feel like they have to like tell you to slow down. But you dance to the beat of your own drum, you know. I'm also hearing like free spirit energy for you as well, is kind of like being open to whatever happens and just welcoming it in. Yeah, with the Queen of Cups too, a spiritual person. You know, this is the energy of a spiritual intuitive healer as well. And yeah, you might make other people uncomfortable with that, or like the other people just might feel like you might stir the pot sometimes. But I feel as though 6 months from now, you're ready to start something new. And let's pull a card. I'm going to pull a clarifying card specifically with the Fool energy, because that really is standing out to me. 5 of Swords, two fives coming through. 5 of Swords. I have the 3 of Cups and 4 of Cups. So something that too, yeah, because we're having this feeling, I'm getting this feeling from the cards of like needing to kind of protect yourself a little bit, to go within, but also to like surround yourself kind of like with your close-knit people. And really, you start to kind of 6 months from now, you open yourself up to anything coming in, like to letting the universe guide you towards the next step. Because I think what's going to happen is this reevaluation, where not like you've come a long way, but you're starting to realize you can't sustain the amount of work you're doing or sustain the amount of energy you're exerting. And you take a moment to just kind of pause and reflect on that, to open yourself up and listen to your inner guidance, listen to your intuition, listen to your close friends, like coming together, like having this tight-knit group of people. A lot of times it is 3 people. I find like when this card comes in, it's like, you know, a group of like 3 close, really close friends being there for you, like kind of figuring things out. You're going to have gotten a lot done, and it's not, and we have the Wheel of Fortune here too, so it's not like you've done all this work in vain. It's just that the universe kind of puts you on hold with how much energy you're exerting. It puts you on pause in 6 months because it doesn't want you to make any big actions. So you might be going and feeling inspired, and like even with 5 of Wands, like in the fray, like competing or being part of the conversation, being part of the energy, doing what you want to do, going with the flow and feeling on top of things. But you're coming to almost like a head in 6 months where you're gonna like kind of re-evaluate and check in with yourself, check in with that guidance, because something as big is coming in. And you don't necessarily have to physically do anything for it to make itself known. We have the Sun and the King of Wands. So this is a tangible manifestation. So 2 cards actually came through, but it's the King of Wands and the Sun card. So what I'm seeing is this like result coming through for you that doesn't require any more hard work. Because that's what I'm feeling, is I'm feeling like after 6 months, you're like, wow, this was a lot of hard work. And I've come really far, but like I need to set down this, you know, heavy load, this heavy burden. I need to put this down and just kind of like reset a little bit. And as you're doing that, as you're kind of in that energy in 6 months, stuff starts to like come in for you. And you receive this gift, you receive this positive light and direction and growth and action, and it's going to recharge you and also help to further guide you. With the 6 of Wands, I feel like you have a very leadership type energy. So you might find that you collaborate on something with friends as the lead person, as like you might say, let's do this, and then everybody like is like, yeah, that's such a great idea, you know, like you have that energy of like being the one to inspire others. So I see you doing that in 6 months and keeping other people motivated. Like all of that energy is great. I feel like you have a moment 6 months from now, where you start to kind of reflect with this Queen of Swords. You reflect, you think things over, and you take a step back. And I feel like you're gonna know when that energy is shifting for you. And that's when I feel like things become like you've done enough work. Now that doesn't mean that you're going, like you should just do heavy labor for the next 6 months at all. I think this all happens organically, where you're just gonna be inspired to be doing a lot, or feeling like you have all this energy to expend, and you're putting it out there and you're going for it, which is gonna be awesome. I think you're gonna take a pause in 6 months, and then something is coming in for you. So let's see what that is really quick. Let's pull one more tarot card to see what is coming in for group 2. The Hermit. Yeah, so that's the thing too, is I mentioned kind of going within to find further answers. And I think that is going to bring a lot of conclusion to this, or a lot of clarity and understanding to this. So I see this at another level of a spiritual inner knowing, a spiritual release and leveling up for you as well, group 2. So it's going to appear in that sense. Okay, let's keep going. We're going to shift. We will get more messages, but we're going to shift and talk about your love life, group 2. So if you are interested in that, stick around, or you could skip to the career portion of things. But let's dive into love messages for group 2. So we are going to shuffle the deck again. We might see some of the same cards coming through to clarify this, but that's totally fine, and that'll just give us further confirmation. So let's see, what messages do we have for group 2 about love life? This could be if you're single, probably mostly for singles, but if you are in maybe a new relationship, you're wondering where that's headed, or the energy surrounding your love life is headed. Okay, let's pull a couple more cards. 7 of Swords. Do you feel like running away from this relationship? Do you feel like it's not, if you are in a relationship, do you feel like moving on? Knight of Pentacles. I'm not sure if you feel that way, but the energy of the 7 of Swords could be that in 6 months from now, you may feel like you want to be a little more independent. Maybe you feel like you want to do your own thing a little bit for some of you. I do see though things kind of moving quickly for you with the, okay, the Star card really wanted to come through. We're gonna keep, there's new hope for those of you who want independence in a relationship and feel like you don't want to be trapped. You want the freedom of that. I mentioned free spirit too. So if you are feeling like a free spirit, like you want somebody to align with that, there's new hope, there's new clarity of that coming in as well for you. Let's see, who is this? Is this person? Is there a person coming in for group 2 specifically? Yeah, there is. There is actually. Okay. We have a Knight of Swords and Knight of Pentacles. This could be a different person for some of you. For some of you, I feel like you may be with somebody else, a different person than who you're with right now. This may even be somebody who you just recently ended it with because you felt like there wasn't commitment there. Or you might be choosing between people. But 6 months from now, I am seeing you in a deep connection. Now, for those of you who are married or in, a stable relationship, I feel like if you've been distanced from each other, or like if there's felt like you were having to hide something from them, or even like, because with the 7 of Swords card, there's like not wanting to talk about something, or like not wanting to address something. I feel like that is like, this is making you stronger by coming together with this. And I do see your relationship and your connection strengthened in 6 months. I also see like together you are hopeful about the future and hopeful about what's to come in. The Star card is about guidance and following your heart and seeing, being guided towards the Ten of Cups, which is love, which is happiness. This is also with the Chariot, there's this like whirlwind of energy just naturally guiding you. Like it's all gonna happen pretty organically and just naturally like flow for you. So I do see hope for you in your romance in 6 months. But keep in mind that if you're feeling this energy of like getting away, you know, of distancing yourself from this person, trust that intuitive guidance, because I see somebody else is coming in for you. Let's see, I do have some oracle cards that I do want to pull for these messages, and we'll go back to the tarot cards to clarify that, but let's see what this deck has to say. This is the Yin Yang Love Oracle by okay, yeah, inner conflict. For some of you, I'm just seeing what the cards are saying, that the message needs to come through for whoever needs to hear it, is there's this could even be, we have temptation, we have disappointment in love. There's this energy of like somebody else coming into the picture, or that like, as I mentioned before, you're feeling this need to like get out of a current situation. I feel like 6 months from now, if you are feeling intuitively like that's true for you, like 6 months from now, you will be kind of getting out of it and moving away from that person. Let's pull a card for somebody who's anybody who's currently in a relationship. What's that energy for this group? We do have tenderness. So again, keep in mind, and I feel like this new person coming in 6 months, it's interesting because it's like one person is leaving. Like I can see in this image, I'm being drawn to him walking away, but one person is rushing in and coming in. So that's why I feel like there's this shift, changeover to tenderness, to this deep loving connection for you. So just know that if that does happen in 6 months from now, just know that there is somebody else who's coming in who's actually going to bring you a lot of really deep connection, deep happiness and tenderness in the relationship. Let's see if we get any further clarifications on that. Four of Cups. This is the disappointment in love card again. And Four of Cups is coming through again because we did just see this card. And the Tower. Okay, yeah, you know, we have your support system. You have people around you who are going to support you through this. And if you are going through, again, this is a general reading. I do want to say that. So it's like, it's not like this will happen out of the blue for anybody. If anything, you probably would already feel that. And this message is for you. If you're like, I feel this inner conflict about this person, I do feel like, you know, this might be the ending of one connection to let in something even better. Okay. If it's something, we all have choice though. Everybody has free will. So if this is something that you don't want to end and you want to try to work through it, then that's a possibility as well, depending on what, you know, what both of you in the relationship want. Let's pull a couple more cards because I do have more oracle cards from Angelic Revelation 144, who has her own YouTube channel. Angelic Revelation Reach has her own YouTube channel. So I will link that below, but she gifted me these cards, which was super, super nice. So I do like using them when I can for love readings. So let's see, what other messages do we have for group 2? Commitment. Let's see, tender again and fun. So just know, I do feel like this energy is here for you 6 months from now, where you're finding commitment. okay? And I feel like if you don't feel that way in your relationship currently, then a new relationship is coming in to bring that to you, which is awesome. Love to see that. And I do feel like that is working itself out within the next 6 months. Okay, it's like all working itself out in the next 6 months to actually have a committed relationship where you feel confident in your relationship. You feel like this person is caring about how you feel. You guys have fun together, and there's also no doubt in the commitment. But for some of you, you might have just gotten out of a toxic relationship and really had to lean on friends. But you know, for those of you again who maybe you were already in this committed relationship, trust your intuition, you guys, and just know again that within 6 months this is working itself out. All right, we are going to move and shift into some career messages. So let's see what the cards have to say about your career, and then we'll finish up with some final blessings and things coming in for you and anything else that comes through for my group 2s. Let's see. What else does group 2 have to know about their career specifically? See what comes through. Now we're just shifting the energy of the deck a little bit. It could take a little time. Okay, 7 of Swords. I feel like you feel like leaving certain things behind. Like you might want to get out of things. That's the energy for this group, is kind of like leading you towards something new and different, because you might just be feeling, again, like I mentioned before, like feeling as though you have put so much into something and you're just not getting as much out of it as you want. Now this could have to do with your career. For some of you, it's your career that is bringing that energy. For others, maybe it is your relationship. But you intuitively will know, and basically we'll see what messages come through. So again, some of you it is with your relationship with 2 of Cups, but I also feel as though it's this like disharmony, this feeling of like wanting to rediscover harmony, reconnect with your heart, reconnect with what you originally wanted out of the situation, that eventually you felt like this isn't giving me enough back, you know, this isn't giving me enough energy back. Now, because we're talking about career right now, I do feel like we're relating this back to career. So for 6 months from now, I feel like you're going to connect with somebody. Again, this doesn't have to be romance, although 2 of Cups does signify that a lot. But this is a connection either way. It doesn't have to be romantic whatsoever. So you're making a connection that is guiding you towards a even better position in your career. There's also clarity. We mentioned before, like following your own intuitive guidance and following your heart. So I feel as though the career aspect of your life is leveling up. I also mentioned a spiritual leveling up for this group too, I believe. So this Judgment card is your judgment day. So 6 months from now, there's this like higher awareness, this leveling up of your spiritual energy to where you're able to, especially with your career, like where you're following your authentic purpose and not letting other people, like, it's almost, I always get this sense from this group that like if you feel like somebody is taking away your spark or like trying to dampen your spark or like keep you from being your authentic self, like you are ready to get out of that. You're ready to get away. At least in 6 months, that is the feeling I'm getting, is like you're not gonna just stick around if you feel that toxic energy coming up for you. Yeah, Ace of Swords. The 10 of Cups is coming through again. So this to me is saying you're finding your truth. And 4 of Cups wants to come through again. See, this is relating to your career as well. It's relating back to your career again. Finding a connection in another person that is actually giving you the clarity and direction to kind of open you up to the next step. Now we talked about too how you're feeling maybe a little jaded or a little like tired and needing to figure out, because you did get the Hermit card, but wanting to like kind of figure things out. So you may find yourself kind of withdrawing with the Seven of Swords, withdrawing in 6 months time and needing that like extra support from others. Oh, the King of Swords coming out too. In order to get the answers that you're looking for. You know, like getting the answers by taking some time to withdraw. Now that doesn't mean that you're going to completely run away from everybody and everything. You know, that's kind of an extreme. So maybe for some of you that resonates, but I feel like for most of you, this is more like withdrawing to be in hermit mode so that you can reflect and gain answers on how far you've come. And I also feel like a message coming through is not to think, like, don't think any of this was a waste of time. Some of you might go to that where you're like, I worked so hard and I don't feel like it's giving me back as much as I put into it. It was not a waste of time at all, because everything is leading you towards this new step forward. Even if it feels like a change of direction in your career, you're ultimately like, you're reaping benefits from this. And you're also understanding yourself, what you want, where you're going, where you're putting your energy and your focus towards. Your focus with the Swords energy here at an even deeper level, at an even greater understanding of all of that. Okay, let's keep going with career messages. Okay. Let me know in the comment below and which pile you chose, and also, you know, let me know if this is resonating for you. Six of Wands wants to come out again, and yeah, the Six of Cups has been wanting to come out, so we're going with it, and Eight of Pentacles as well. Let's see, Six of Wands, Two of Wands. To me, this is a time, 6 months from now, you're going to be using how far you have come in your career to start reflecting on what you want to do. I see you pursuing something also in your career that was something you had a passion for when you were younger, or you have fond memories. You might return back to doing certain things or working towards certain things that are really your personal passions and finding success in them. You start to build and you will become productive again too. I feel like that's really an important part of this, is like the idea that you're going to become productive, or that you will continue to be working towards this, even though you are kind of taking some step back. So I even get the sense from you, group 2, that you can't help but kind of be active, and that you can't slow yourself down sometimes, or at least that's the energy maybe surrounding you in this point of time. And what I feel like in 6 months is you're gonna get this almost like either be forced to kind of slow down and reevaluate to make sure you're putting your energy in a focused, strategic way. And not that you haven't done that before, but more so that it might have gotten away from you. So you might have been kind of like building on something and then gotten a little disorganized, or feel like overwhelmed by all these different things that now you have on your plate. You're going to be able to like kind of pause, remove some of those things, maybe even return back to some almost like books or mantras and things that kind of help you refocus and plan again, and kind of taking a step back, maybe even taking a few things off your plate so you can recenter and refocus yourself on the things that you do want to build and grow. And I see you regaining progress in those areas of your life. Awesome. So let's pull one more card on your career, because I do see it's not like that you're completely not productive during this time, because we have the Eight of Pentacles, but I see you kind of returning back to your roots, or to like where you kind of being like, okay, wait, let me take a second, let me go back, let me think, like what was my goal here? How do I reevaluate where I put my energy, and like how do I prioritize where I want to put my energy? And that's going to be totally fine. Yeah, justice, recreating balance. You know, I think stuff maybe will spiral a little, but don't feel like you, but this is like, it's almost like this is part of the plan though, right? Like you kind of like go and put your energy out there in this like very like expansive way. And then you're going to kind of reel it back in 6 months, reevaluate, and then start like to really strengthen certain aspects that you're like, this is really where I want to go with this. 8 of Swords. So this is the energy of feeling kind of like at a standstill. And that's what we're saying here, is it's not like you're permanently, that's me and the cards, me and spirit. That's kind of what we're saying, or what the messages I'm getting is like, it's not this complete like getting stuck. It's not that energy. It's kind of like pausing to rediscover where you began, like returning back. And this has to do with career. If you maybe are trying to multitask or put your energy in a lot of different places, you're going to be able to kind of maybe even, I almost feel like maybe go back to the plan, like the original plan, and sort through it again and be like, okay, I need to like kind of cut this down. But the truth is like, don't worry too much about giving up on it. Don't give up on the plan. Don't give up on following your intuitive guidance and again, like following your own path and doing things the way you do them. It's not necessarily like it's just that you might feel like, am I feeling like burnout, or do I need to stop this completely? No, it's more so that you start to like reprioritize, and then you get that new energy once again. And we go through these cycles in life all the time, with our career, with our love life. We go through that cycle of like go, go, go. And then all of a sudden it's like, whoa, I burnt myself out. It doesn't mean you have to stop everything. It's just this energy of like, and if you do, I mean, you could even try to kind of be aware of this over the next 6 months so that maybe it doesn't get away from you. But I feel like, you know, there might just feel like a lot going on. It's not bad things going on. It's just like an overwhelming kind of responsibility type energy. So you're going to have to kind of be like, okay, I have to say no to some things. And maybe taking on a lot is something that you really love to do because you like to help others, or you like to help your friends and like be there for them. But all of a sudden it becomes too much. So I feel like staying aware of that. And if you do end up in hermit mode, take however much time you need to reevaluate and reflect on that. Okay, let's pull an oracle card, group 2, for you guys related to career specifically, and see what the energy is going to be like 6 months from now. Any other messages that come through like surrounding that. So let's see. But this is all about just really, ultimately, it's about creating the balance that you need. Things that got out of balance are coming back into your favor by kind of resetting that. Okay, we have you are good enough and hold your vision. So that might be where this energy is coming from, group 2. You might be feeling like you have to, almost like you're feeling like you have to prove something. So you kind of take on more. Okay, so yeah, here we have adjustments required. Adjustments are required. That's what you're doing 6 months from now. You're just adjusting things, but you're holding your vision. And it says conclusions are within reach. So you are coming to an ending of some sort where you kind of see it. And I feel like too, like these positive conclusions, because I feel like these are good positive conclusions for you with certain aspects here of things you've been working on. So you have some things ending, which is giving you the opportunity to adjust things. But don't give up on your vision. And also don't feel as though you have to constantly overgive and overextend yourself in order to kind of prove like you've done enough, because you've done so much already. I feel that with this group, like you have done so much already, and you might enjoy that. You might enjoy taking on a lot of big projects or taking on a lot of maybe different career paths too. Like maybe you're an entrepreneur, but you're also a full-time worker, or you volunteer on the sides, or you know, you like that kind of staying busy energy. I feel like just don't feel like you aren't good enough if you can't keep up with that all the time. It doesn't mean you have to give up on the ideal vision you're holding. It's just that cycle that you're going through where you get to kind of reevaluate and plan and reflect on the past in order to kind of figure out where you want to move forward. And that's where that adjustments energy is coming in too. Okay, group 2, we're gonna finish up with a few more oracle cards. Let's see the final messages, blessings, anything that comes through, maybe confirmations about the theming here. Okay, that was actually more cards than I thought, but let's look. There's 3 cards here. We have truth, we have happiness, and lighten your load. Okay, yep. So there's a truth coming through here too. It's like there's an honest feeling that you maybe can't ignore anymore. You know, maybe it's your inner self saying like, hey, I need to lighten my load. But these are all the themes really that we've been talking about. Is there's happy conclusions. You know, you're actually looking within to recognize, to gain clarity on where you need to go next, and like seeing the truth of the situation that's allowing you to lighten your load. I mean, this is really the message that came through. This is so funny because the last group also I pulled and 3 cards came out, same thing, different cards, but like the themes were all confirmation of what we've been talking about. So this is this combination for you of really great happy times, but also reflecting. I mean, you can see her kind of closing her eyes and this light of truth from within shining through. So that's that Hermit energy, as well as the Ace of Swords, mental clarity. You can see this light shining out in a very pinpoint way, you know, like a very focused way. This is the truth, the understanding of like, okay, now I understand what I need to do next. And I'm releasing this load. I'm no longer carrying as much. You know, I don't think you're going to give up on everything or like get rid of everything. I think there's just going to be more balance in your life rather than feeling like you're doing everything at once. And you don't have to wait 6 months to start doing this. As I mentioned before, you could kind of be conscious of this now and see where you can start to lighten your load, so that you don't end up with too much stuff. But if you do find yourself in this circumstance 6 months from now, do not worry about it. There's happy times, there's happy conclusions that are resulting from your hard work, but you're going to be ready to kind of take a break, and it's okay to take a break, you guys. So that is what the cards also want you to know. All right, group 2. First off, do not forget there's a list of other readings just like this one, which will give you even more messages about what you can expect 6 months from now. So you can find that in the description box below. If you did come from one of those other channels, thank you so much for watching my reading. I am so grateful that you have come and seen my video. But please take a look at all the other ones as well. If you want to take a look at some of our past collabs, I will link the entire playlist down below and one of the videos up above for you to check out next. So definitely do that if you're interested in more messages and other collabs that we've done so far. But that is going to do it for this reading. If you did enjoy it, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up if you haven't done so already. Subscribe to my channel if you like my readings and you like my energy. I would love to have you. And also comment down below, let me know your favorite part of this reading, maybe something that really stood out to you. I would love to know if it did resonate with you, and we could have a chat in the comments below. But that's going to do it for this reading. I hope to see you back again soon, but bye for now. Hello, group 3. Thank you so much for joining me for this reading. If you are coming from one of the other channels, I just want to give a shout out. Thank you so much for joining me. and for choosing my reading to watch. And of course, all of my other subscribers and everybody out there. But yeah, thank you so much. I'm so glad to have you here. Let's dive into your reading. We have the Shadowscapes Tarot deck. So we are going to go into depth for basically, we're going to start with just general messages for my group 3s. Then we'll go into love messages. And then finally we'll do career. And I also like to kind of pick some final themes and just kind of see if anything else comes up that I missed. Okay, we have the King of Wands. He's coming out right away. And the King of Wands energy is a fiery energy. There's growth in this. There's magic in this card as well. Yeah, so let's see what he's bringing to the table, because I feel like there's ambitions coming into reality for you, coming into tangible reality. We have the Knight of Cups. Okay, there's some, I feel like some romance for this group. Somebody coming in for you. The Fool energy. This is a lot of the groups are seeing a big shift in energy in 6 months. This could be something that is happening for many of us astrologically. Okay, Five of Swords. You're hitting the reset button on some conflicts as well. On some challenges. The Fool card is the number 0 for the major arcana and for the tarot. So that is a fresh beginning. That's why the Fool is the Fool, because it's the energy of not really knowing what to expect, but being open to it and not prejudging it or not trying to control, you know, the outcome per se. So I feel this energy of like things, there's this, oh, and we have the Queen of Wands. Interesting. Okay. There's some people here in conflict that is actually feels as though it's almost getting a new opportunity to connect with these people and to create harmony. That's what I'm hearing is if you've been finding yourself in conflict in your relationships or just feeling like people have been at odds with one another, I get the sense that this is a new beginning for that. This could be family. And Seven of Swords. Interesting. Okay, okay. Seven of Swords. Yeah, I feel like you are either leaving a difficult situation of people being at odds, or that it's shifting. It's changing. I also see victory too for you. This is, yeah, if there is any kind of like disagreements between people or feeling like you're getting caught in the middle with it, I do see that you are getting out like the winner of this situation in 6 months. Okay, let's see. Because you're actually creating a better outcome. Wow, another court cards. So a lot of court cards for this group. You might feel like the mediator a lot between these people. This could also be at work, family, friends, or work. Let's see. The star is showing up. I mentioned kind of like resetting this. There's the reason that you're able to kind of trust in this is because you're getting guided. You're getting intuitively guided. Let me pull, we're going to pull some more clarifying cards because this, I'm kind of getting a lot of different messages for this group. So let's see if we can get some clarification here. More court cards. Knight of Wands. So I am getting in the sense that this is connections in your life, relationships in your life, finding new people, finding your tribe, but also resolving. Yeah, we have, it's like every court card is coming out for you guys. We have the Knight of Pentacles, the Knight of Wands, the Knight of Cups. I know some of them, we have 2 major arcana, so we have the Star and the Fool, and then we have 5 of Swords and 7 of Swords. You might be feeling, okay, the chart, you might be feeling like people come in and out of your life, and you are almost, okay, so message is coming through. Many of you are feeling as though, and this could be right now, it's just feeling as though people hurt you or that you can't trust other people. There's like a long list of people who, and this is a very specific message and one that I can relate to too, but so this might resonate with you. Yeah. It might feel as though you get caught up in other people's drama, or you get caught up in connections or people who just bring more like disagreement, or I'm hearing the phrase like, can't everybody just get along kind of a thing. So for some of you, and this is actually like, I'm feeling like emotion with this too. I'm like starting to feel like really emotional about this. So this might resonate with some of you. It's just like feeling like, why, this is the 5 of Wands. You know, why do people leave? Like, why do people either ghost me or not talk to me? Or they just like use me for healing purposes, or use me to bring in hope for them, but then they just do their own thing and they're not there for me. I don't know, you know, this doesn't necessarily have to take that kind of a turn, but I do feel like that message has to come through for some of you guys, that 6 months from now, there's like a combo here too, because I do feel like there's somebody coming in. We mentioned before too, the Knight of Cups. I do feel like there's someone coming in who is going to be sensitive to your feelings. And I feel like there's this shift over, again, there's this shift over of people who, the people who are like worthy of you are going to come through, and the people who are like you are going to just be like, I'm done with the people. You might already be going through this process right now, but like being done with those people who are not helping you at all. And I feel like that choice of cutting your energy off, even like maybe you don't cut them out of your life completely, but cutting their energy off so that you're not always giving to them is gonna bring you this like new fresh like relief. Even I see you starting something really exciting as well. There's this movement in your energy, this traveling away from the conflict, traveling away from like this need to compete. Even maybe you have a lot of siblings, maybe you have a big family and you're just like tired of this competition, or being even at your job where you're tired of being like set against each other. You're ready to like go somewhere that's somewhere you can grow and build and feel like you're appreciated. And I see new hope coming in for you with that. I feel like you're going to be at the beginning phase of this brand new, like, again, like this brand new like family life or brand new job or career, where you're no longer gonna feel like you're at somebody else, like the whim of the people around you, I guess is the message coming through. Let me clarify that. Am I missing something? What else wants to come through? 7 of Cups. Yeah, there's dreams coming through. There's options coming in for you. That's what the 7 of Cups. There's this kind of feeling of hope again with the Star and the 7 of Cups together. There's this hopefulness, this like, wow, I can see the better options coming in, and now I get to choose and wish and like wishing upon a star for these things, they're becoming reality. You're finally seeing the things that you've been kind of hoping for and dreaming of. They're coming in to guide you. Wow, we have all the nights out now. This like never happens where there's this many court cards, but every single night has come through. Have you been for some of you, have you been in multiple relationships where you feel like, you know, you feel like on repeat with them, or you feel like the same issues come up for you? This is a fresh start. This can kind of appear in so many different ways. So let's keep going. I feel like that's the messages that wanted to initially come through with that. Let's keep going. We're gonna dive into relationships next, or love life next, then career, and then we will do some final messages as well at the end to see what else comes through. So yeah, let's do that. And I will include timestamps below so that if you wanted to skip to career specifically, you could do that as well. Okay, let's dive into love life for group 3. Okay, so let's shift gears. We're gonna do love life. Already, group 3 is coming through with 2 of Cups and 3 of Pentacles. Someone's gonna appreciate you. Someone's gonna really appreciate you for who you are and for your unique abilities, your specialties, your interests. They're gonna come in for you in 6 months at least, at most, I should say, if not less. They're coming in and appreciating you. You might already have found this person. They really do. Like, this is a really positive connection. And that's what I feel too, is healing those connections. I feel like you're healing relationships over the course of the next 6 months, but then also definitely by 6 months is what I'm seeing. Okay, what else can we tell group 3 about their relationships, about their love life 6 months from now? What does that look like? I also see with the 3 of Pentacles is building a home together, like building a life together is really coming through. For many of you, I think this might be the early stages of a relationship. I feel like it is the early stages of a relationship. So you might be kind of in the process of learning about each other. Yeah, we have this Star too. There's a lot of hope here. And the Wands is coming through again, 7 of Wands, and comfort in this relationship. I feel like you are overcoming something together. You're rising above it with the 7 of Wands, like having to rise above a challenge, but ultimately finding hope and comfort together. This could be trying to, trying to make money, or like trying to buy a place or find a place together. Or I also feel like it's also the challenges of life, which is interesting coming through. The challenges of both of you like coming together because of similar challenges or similar blockages, or maybe you both relate with the like your past challenges that you've had, your shadows. That's the word that's literally the word that wants to come through. The shadows, like you overcome them and you're finding them together. You're fighting them together. You're overcoming them together. I shouldn't say fighting, because we don't really want to fight our shadows, but you're finding like solace in this relationship and in each other. Wow, we have We have 3 sixes coming out. This is a really, I have to be honest, like this energy of this group, it's really interesting in that I feel like there's like we have 3 sixes. Now sixes aren't evil or anything like that. 6 is the energy of transitioning. We're seeing the kind of like the give and take. Plus this is group 3, which that's why I find it really interesting that you have like this crazy numerology like coming through. So the number 6, we'll just look at also the cards as well, but the number 6 is about happiness and home. It can also relate to domestic happiness and love because it is the number of Venus as well. So it does have to do with matters of the heart. And I feel like there's this need to healing connections for this group. I do feel like a romantic relationship could be that answer for many of you, where you're healing connections, you're moving away from painful past connections or relationships with people, and you're moving towards a feeling of like, I get the sense that this person makes you feel secure, and they also make you feel unique and special. They like you for your unique and special gifts, as I mentioned before. They give as much as they take, like it's a give and take relationship. It feels balanced. It doesn't feel like they're only taking from you. But yeah, I would say that this group is gonna see a lot of angel numbers, or that this number 6 might be your life path number, or it might have some kind of significance for you. We're having the 3 of Cups and the 9 of Cups. This is a healing time, especially because the 6 of Swords is traveling, it's this journey, it's this transition to better times. And with 6, it feels like it is related to family, it is related to heart and home. And even with the 3 of Cups, we have people here as well, friendships. And 9 of Cups, which is, we have we have 3 sixes. We have the 3 and we have a 9, which these are all broken down into like tons of 3s. We have 3 of Pentacles here, but these are all broken down into 3s, which, you know, 9 is 3 3s, 6 is 2 3s, etc. And this is group 3. So either the number 6 is very significant, or the number 3 is very, very significant. There's definitely like some connection here for you guys. I think you're gonna see repeating numbers even in 3s. You might also gain relationships and connections in 3s that are gonna help you. Wow. I feel like there's also, I'm getting like, yep, here's the Knight of Cups. So yeah, we said before that the Knight of Cups was on your side. Sometimes, yeah, I interpret the Knight of Cups as a very sensitive soul, someone who's compassionate and emotional. And he's coming up as the King of Cups and the Magician. You're manifesting this really loving energy towards you, healing connections, healing relationships. I feel really, I feel like I'm very much tapped into the energy of this group and the emotion behind the pain that some people have caused you. And I feel like this is a sensitive group that you care about these other people. Maybe it's not that they were cruel to you, but there's this caring, there's this emotional investment in the people in your life. You might be a water sign, but you're meeting somebody in your romance, you're meeting somebody or you're with somebody who is giving you healing back, because I feel like many of you are empaths. You know, I feel that you guys are empaths and you're healing so many people, and it can be exhausting and it can be hard when there's like so many people coming to you for emotional healing all the time, but then at the end of the day, like, you're left kind of feeling all of their energy. So take care of yourself. You are very giving, nurturing. You're very nurturing. So these cards, just to kind of preface, this is the Divine Dating Lovers Oracle by Angelic Revelation 144. And she gifted me these cards, so I'm super grateful for that. I'll link to her YouTube channel below as well, so a big shout out and thanks to her. But again, like, this is a nurturing energy. You might even have children with this person if that's something that you're hoping for in the future. That might be the case. You might be having kids with this person because I feel like they're moving to the next level. Home is where the heart is. Your heart, this is like a really beautiful connection. I feel so happy for this group. Like, I feel so happy for this group because I feel like you deserve somebody who's going to be so sweet to you and so kind. And I was just, you know, I think about like my husband, like he is the person in my life who I have needed so much, because I feel this from this group is like this feeling of being, your kindness like being turned against you, or like your kindness being taken advantage of. So I feel like you're deserving of somebody, and you're bringing in somebody who's going to be that kindness that you give to the world and give it back to you, and you don't have to worry about them taking advantage of that and using you. So I don't know if this resonates with you guys, but like, that's how I feel about my husband. And I feel like maybe I feel like his energy is coming in like to this reading because I think about him when I'm thinking about this like King of Cups, this like sensitive energy that is just like kindness and giving and nurturing and taking it to the next level with this person. So you may already be with somebody like that, and it's just like growing into this like beautiful connection where they appreciate you and they appreciate your, you know, your true self, and they want to see you flourish and grow, and they don't just want to you know take your energy, you know. So let's keep going with some further messages. Okay, we have future spouse and we have warming up. So yeah, I feel like this might be going from warming up to taking it to the next level. But to me, there's this like really genuine connection happening where they're taking care of you. Like you feel like a mutual give and take. Versus, as I said before, like feeling like maybe somebody's always taking away from you, your energy. You want to find somebody, especially as an empath, you know, you want to find, for those of you that do connect with that, you want to find somebody who's going to be, even if they're not maybe empathic, they have empathy, you know, and they really care about your feelings, and they take that into account. I mean, that could come with its own challenges, just because if you're both like really focused on each other, you may forget to give back to yourself. So that's, you know, a challenge that we can face, you know, in that sense. As empaths in general, is like always giving so much of ourselves. Like we have to give to ourselves first and then to others, and that way we have balance, and that way we have the energy to give to other people. But yeah, I feel like this person is going to be that one to balance you. So next we have the Yin Yang Love Oracle, also from Angelic Revelation 144. So definitely, you know, just giving her a shout out for gifting me these. I do love reading with using these in love readings. So memories, I feel like, you know, creating memories together. 6 months from now, kind of looking back also and seeing how far, happy memories you're creating. And what else can we find in this connection that you're making? Let's see, one more card for group threes. One more card for my group threes. Okay. We have perfect love. Oh, so sweet. I love this for you guys. Awesome. Let's keep going. Got some more messages to get through, so we will follow up next with career messages. So we're gonna pull from this deck again. Pentacles. So we may have, sometimes we do have the same cards coming through because the messages come through in different ways, but that is okay. That is going to be even confirmation for us in some cases. So yes, let us see. Okay. What does group 3 need to know about their careers? What does group 3 need to know about career? Let's get some messages for my group 3s about their career. Oh, we have one come through. Strength. So right away, we're getting a major arcana card for your career in 6 months from now. So to me, this says that I feel like you've had to, wow, and Ace of Cups. I feel like you've had to overcome a lot, even in your career. For some of you, this could be like, maybe like feeling as though you ended up, this could have been ending up in a workplace with a lot of conflict in it too. I'm not sure if it was necessarily your workplace conflict, but you have this inner strength within you. And I see with the Ace of Cups, here's the Fool card coming through again. I see with the Ace of Cups, like your heart overflowing with happiness and knowing your true strength as well. And that's what's going to allow you to just open up to this new unforeseen future. Just kind of like opening up to the unknown. This group I definitely see starting this romantic energy too. Let's confirm some of this as well as how it relates to your career. Four Pentacles. Okay, okay, so what I'm feeling is basically, I feel like as far as your career goes, I do see things being comfortable. I don't see any major changes happening with your career because I feel like this is pointing back again to emotional connections. I'm seeing in your career that you are going to be in a stable job. I feel like you're going to have your creature comforts. That's what Four of Pentacles always reminds me of, especially because there's like a little dragon in this one particularly. I see creature comforts. I see strength coming in the form of relationships, in the form of like you're going to almost have this fresh energy and feeling renewed. And because of some of those new things happening around you, I feel like career is consistent. That's what I feel like it'll be. I feel like it'll be consistently positive. I'm not seeing any major changes in that, but know that like this other things happen. If you are trying to manifest more in career, I do feel like you're going to be content for the time being in 6 months from now. I feel like you're going to be content. I feel like you're going to have this almost renewed strength to just keep going. I don't see making any major changes. I feel like internally you're going to be kind of opening up to a new level of healing and bringing that to your career, bringing that to other things in your life. If you were, okay, if you were in a, as I mentioned, a kind of difficult job where there were like either there were people who you didn't like or a boss that you didn't like working for, this is telling me that you're leaving that for a more comfortable job. I think it may be that you want a job where you can feel safe and you feel comfortable there. And if you are looking for that, you're gonna find that job 6 months from now. You are gonna be in a better place with that, because I'm seeing with the King of Swords coupled with the Seven of Swords, you getting out of that situation. So we mentioned that those people before might be related to like coworkers and a toxic work environment. I do see in 6 months from now, you're going to be so happy to have gotten out, to overcome that, to get out of that situation, and to find a job that is comfortable. Maybe it doesn't, like, it could be even the case that it doesn't make as much money for you as the other one or something like that, but it is going to be a better work environment. And honestly, like, when you're in that kind of a situation, for most people, I feel like you just want to find a place where you feel safe and you feel like you can be there for a while until you figure other things out. So for those of you who are worried about that, that is, like, you know, that is coming to a positive conclusion where you're able to find a way of making money in the meantime, or just like for now, so that you don't have to deal with that person in some way, shape, or form. This could also be that that person leaves your work, like they're heading out, they're gone, and things are better, or, you know, like your work feels a lot better. Okay, yeah, you might be you might be trying to figure out whether to stay or to go. And I feel like, I definitely feel like things are gonna come to a conclusion with that as well. You're able to kind of like reestablish yourself or build on something. I feel like you're gonna gain clarity kind of on your career situation, as far as if you're in a difficult career right now. But I don't think the next one is gonna be this like huge life-changing thing. I think it just might be this positive transition that is leading you to a more like stable situation that you feel better about, and you'll feel like very grateful for where you're at in 6 months from now. Like, you'll feel very grateful for what you're making, the money that's coming in. And you're also, with the Emperor, this is you building on that and creating a stable environment, you know, like feeling confident in what you've decided to go with. Let's get a clarity on the Two of Swords, because it seems like you might be trying to make this decision. And yeah, so I do think there's going to be a time period in 6 months from now where you are kind of like laying low after maybe leaving a job, or after kind of like stress. Like, I feel like maybe some of you have been stressing about work and stressing about career and stressing about stuff. I see as though like things are kind of like that's dying down, the stress of that's dying down, and you're going to actually kind of have some more time to figure that out, because you're going to be in a less stressful environment, which is going to give you the ability to kind of like figure that out. Remember that the Fool and the Ace are here, and that this is kind of the overarching energy of 6 months from now, which is a new beginning. You know, it really is this sense of like comfort and starting fresh and kind of opening up to this new thing. But I don't think, you may not find that like all the answers are given right away, but you'd be very happy with where you're at. You'll be very you know, you have like a new connection, and this maybe brings up more questions about where you should work next, or where you should go, what you should do. So there's going to be this kind of time period of reflecting and really sorting things out, I think, so that you do ultimately all this is happening in the interim to lead you to the confidence in your career that you are looking for. So this is sometimes with the major arcana cards, it is an energy that's like working behind the scenes that we don't always see 100% of. So just know that, you know, you might be stressing a little about it, but I feel like you're gonna find that you just kind of need this time of simplicity. Maybe you need a time where you're just kind of like doing one simple job that maybe you're not making as much, but you have what you need to be able to figure that out, to be able to figure out what's the next step. And you'll be very, as I said, like I keep hearing, you'll be very like content with that decision and glad you did make it. Yeah, okay, so there's definitely acknowledgement here that you're in your career, there's toxicity. I feel like there's a toxic person, could be a toxic male energy, But yeah, I do see that there's confirmation with that of maybe even like maybe just this like focus on money really strongly and like obsession over money, whether that's kind of creeping in your own mind or something like that, which, you know, there's nothing bad about it, but there could be like, I do almost feel like this is the work environment influencing this though, this feeling of toxicity. So there could be somebody, I mentioned earlier, there could be people at your work who are like kind of toxic and you don't need them in your life anymore. It's like kind of the energy I'm getting. It's like you don't need to deal with that anymore. You're shifting away from that. You're gonna find a better solution in that sense. Yeah, I'm gonna finish up with a few oracle cards on that to see what's happening with the energy. So I don't know if I said, but this is the Devil card and the Three of Swords. Definitely don't see that as evil by any means, but sometimes it can be kind of like energy where it's maybe taken a bit of a toxic turn, and a lot of times, and even feeling of oppression, like feeling oppressed and stuck in a job, or that people at your workplace are very like stifling. So, you know, this relating to career, this could be a confirmation for you that like it's okay if you wanted to shift to another career or even just another job for the time being. And that's going to give you the time to like really shift your energy into reflection and heal. Like I almost feel like you have to heal from a job, or heal from the situation for a little bit before you can bring in the next job. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It literally says a time for healing. What? Oh my gosh, you guys. Okay, if you don't know my channel, I freak out sometimes when I see stuff like that happen, but literally, like, you guys saw that, right? You saw healing card fly out. So like I was saying, you need a time to heal from this job. Maybe you already are like starting that process of healing and you need to take like 6 months to like heal. Oh my gosh, I totally feel that. I totally get that about a toxic work environment. But just know that this time of healing is going to really do you a lot of good. A fiery climax. So I feel like this could be the end of this job or the beginning of something new, but kind of just being ready to, being ready to kind of start something different. Oh, I do feel fiery energy from like this job, which is maybe, oh, and actually the Emperor too is Aries, which this is the full moon in Aries. So you're getting this alternative. Yeah, and luck is on your side. So remember that, you know, this difficult time that you need to heal from, just take that time. Don't worry too much. I feel like expenses are going to be taken care of. Again, maybe in a little, just like a little time in like a very simple, easy job, but you might just need to do it and it's not going to ruin your career. I feel like luck is on your side. You'll find an alternative. You'll find an option to shift into in the meantime. And you'll be able to build the career you want. It's just that I don't see it happening with the job you're at right now. Maybe you're hoping it's gonna be the thing that builds your career, and maybe so far it has helped you, but I feel like you're rallying the strength to get out of there, you know, because there's just too many toxic people, or maybe somebody's leaving, like maybe, but I feel like for many of you, you might have to leave to go to more of like a more comfortable job in the meantime. Okay, wow, that was really interesting. Hopefully you're finding that helpful. Hopefully that was confirming for you. Sometimes we kind of stick it out at different places too, you know. Yeah, let's finish up though. Let's finish up. I'll probably pull just like a couple more cards, but I do want to end with the Oracle card. Let me see if I missed anything. For group 3, you had a lot of synchronicities in your reading, group 3, so Definitely take a look at that. Yeah, so, okay, same cards coming out. So I think we're good with the tarot cards. Yeah, they all came out again. Okay, so I think we're good with those. We're just gonna finish up. Spirit says, let's finish up with some final oracle cards to see these final messages. Definitely comment down below. Let me know if this did resonate with you. Let me know what pile you chose too in the comments. I'll know, you know, you're coming from group 3. Okay, forgiveness. There's people in your life who, okay, awesome. There's people in your life who, you know, you're having to forgive in the sense that you're letting it go. You're healing, you know, you're healing it. You're healing those connections for yourself. You know, sometimes we can't forgive what the person has done. In other words, forgiveness doesn't necessarily mean that you're saying those things are okay, but you're giving up the resentment, or you're giving up that energy that you've been holding on to. I feel like that's an energy for you 6 months from now, is being able to kind of let go of certain things. I also feel like luck is on your side. 6 months from now, you're gonna see like your dreams are starting to come to fruition. You are seeing good luck and good fortune in your career, you know, feeling fortunate to find a career that feels safe and that you feel like you can at least be there in the meantime as you kind of figure things out. And also this energy, I'm hearing the message too with dreams, is that the cards want you to know, like, dream big. So even though you might be giving up on like a certain career or feeling like you need to quit it because it's too much for you, that's okay. That doesn't mean you're sacrificing your dreams. It just means that, you know, realign with your dreams, reconnect with them, reflect on them, you know, write them down. It's a time to kind of set dreams in motion and to, you know, have wishes and put those intentions out there, because luck is on your side, you guys. Luck is there for you. And, you know, just because one thing is ending doesn't mean the door or the window, you know, window opens. Wow, yeah, just because one door closes, a window opens. And the window is leading you to your dreams, which you can see the window in this picture. So I just kind of hear that for you guys. Okay, group 3, thank you so much for joining me for this reading. I really hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to check out the other readings that are listed and linked down below by all the other amazing intuitives, so you can gain even more messages about what's going to happen 6 months from now, what your life's going to look like. If you did enjoy my reading, I would love it if you would consider hitting the subscribe button and joining our family of celestial beings. I also will link above to another pick a card reading that we did as a collaboration, and the playlist, the complete playlist, will be linked down below, so you can have fun and watch all of those readings as well. That's going to do it for this reading. I hope to see you back again soon, but bye for now. Hello, all my beautiful celestial beings who chose deck number 4, the Mermaid Tarot deck. All right, we are going to dive in to find out what messages, what you can expect 6 months from now in your life, in your love, in your career life. So let's find out what initial messages come out first. Then I'll pull some tarot for your love life and then career. And I will add timestamps down below so you can jump around if you want to skip one of those. And then at the end too, I like to wrap it up with some final messages as well. So yeah, this is gonna be one of the more in-depth readings that we do here on my channel. Okay, 9 of Swords. And we are gonna go into some tarot, into some oracle as well. So, okay. Actually, yeah, let's go with all 3 of these. We have 2 of Pentacles, Queen of Swords, 6 of Pentacles. Okay. So we're seeing that's something that you might be worrying about 6 months from now. This could even be having to do with your finances as well. And we'll tap into, we'll clarify that a little bit more too, just because this could be multiple things. But I'm seeing that you are going to get the help that you need 6 months from now, either financially or just assistance in some way, somebody reaching out to help you. This could even be an inheritance of some kind, or somebody gifting you something. some assistance or help. The energy of the Six of Pentacles is of kind of what you put out there, what you give, you also receive. So this is showing a very healthy balance between giving and receiving, not feeling overworked, not feeling overburdened. And also between the Nine of Swords and the Queen of Swords, we're seeing almost that things that once maybe bothered you or worried you, you feel confident in them now. You feel that you know your worth, I'm hearing, you know what you want, and you know how to convey that and communicate that clearly. Okay. So let's see what this all has to do with a little bit more. We're getting some more cards here. Six of Swords. Yeah, there is an opportunity coming in that's allowing you to be a little more selective with what you want to do. So I do see that there's some kind of transition from a period of kind of something that's been on your mind lately. The cards are specifically wanting to point to something that's been on your mind lately, because we're seeing that a new opportunity is coming in so that you can kind of transition away from this old stressor, or this could have to do with work, so that you have more options. We're also seeing with the Seven of Wands, overcoming, getting through this, you know, getting past some challenges, but rising above those challenges. And also being able to kind of transition. Basically, Six of Swords can be kind of, you know, where the path leads you. It can be somewhat of a bumpy ride, but just hang on, because hang on and meet the challenge head on, because you are going to be, something's coming in for you that is going to feel like wish fulfillment in a lot of ways. Yeah, I'm also hearing the energy too, or the kind of the suggestion here with the Two of Pentacles, to kind of not overwork yourself or not try to overextend yourself, because with the Two of Pentacles, that's really the energy of kind of maintaining balance. We're also seeing the Eight of Swords. A lot of you group fours are, yeah, just feeling stuck, feeling mentally stuck and not sure. So either this is kind of the energy leading up to this 6 months from now, or if you are feeling this still at 6 months, either way, it is not going to last very long, because you are gaining clarity with this. It's all about trust for this group. I feel like the message of trust, and not focusing too much on what was lost or what didn't go right. I feel like also being very hard on yourself for maybe feeling this way, or feeling like you haven't reached your goals yet. Now, I don't see any major like big disruptions or anything happening like that for this group. I almost feel like this is kind of a message to, again, balancing your work and home life. That's, you know, the Two of Pentacles is juggling two things and holding and being able to balance them without overexerting yourself, without, you know, exhausting yourself, and just kind of hanging on for the ride for a little time being, because things are going to come into clarity and make more sense for you. I think there's just like a minor hiccup here. So yeah, I wouldn't get too caught up in your head about the thoughts about where you're at with the situation, but where you would like to be. Let me see if there's anything I'm missing here. I feel like 6 months from now, things are going to be in place, you know, and this might be kind of like a group where, yeah, that's what I feel. Okay. This is a group where you may even feel like you don't want any surprises, and I don't see any surprises. What I feel as though is like you kind of had to weather a storm to some degree, and you're kind of hoping for like just to have like a moment of kind of peace, you know, where things don't go crazy for you, you know, that nothing crazy happens, like no surprises, like let's just kind of buy our time and recuperate, recover, and wait for this new opportunity to come in. Because when I see the Strength card and the Four of Pentacles, again, this is kind of staying in your comfort zone And when I see the strength card, this usually means you've already overcome a lot of challenges that have proven to yourself how strong you truly are, and you have that inner strength to keep going. I think 6 months from now, it's important to just know that you're going to be in a safe place, in a balanced place, where it's okay to be in your comfort zone for a little bit to kind of recover and not overextend yourself. I feel like this is a time where you're deserving of some help here from other people, and to kind of put your wishes out there, because you're shifting into the Three of Wands, which is the new thing on the horizon, or the new opportunity on the horizon. That's kind of where you'll be at in 6 months. So I think it is important to just kind of take care of your health. And I want to say, like, do the bare minimum, because sometimes you just have to do the bare minimum just to kind of like recover and regain some kind of balance, especially if you've been in the strength energy for a while, which is very challenging and really kind of pushes you to your limits. So those are the initial messages I'm getting for 6 months from now. Group 4, let's tap into your love life next. And again, as I mentioned, we'll skip to career as well. Or you could skip to it if you wanted to. I'll put the timestamps below for that. But if you want to stick around for any love life messages 6 months from now, what you can expect there. Let's see messages for group 4. We'll pull some oracle cards. Okay. Yeah, sometimes, sometimes if you've been going through a lot, or you're just kind of like feeling that exhaustion, you're just in a cycle where we need to just sit back, kind of let the universe guide us, let the universe take over and bring us the next thing, the next best thing for us, rather than having, like, maybe not even having the energy to go searching for anything. So that is the energy I feel, and that is very much divine feminine energy, which makes sense why we saw Queen of Swords kind of at the center of your reading. That's divine feminine energy, where you open yourself up to receiving that next best thing versus trying to find it. And also speaking it into creation. I mean, we saw the Seven of Cups, we saw the Queen of Swords, we saw the Three of Wands. This is you speaking, sending out those intentions and speaking them into existence, and staying very hyper-focused on your goals. All right, so we're having the Eight of Swords come out again. This is pretty typical, but it's good to kind of have confirmation as well, which is why I like to shuffle all the tarot cards again. But we have confirmation that in the energy surrounding your love life as well is feeling a little closed off, or just kind of like you're not sure where to go next with it. Maybe feeling like you don't see any good options for partners right now. Just know that this energy is temporary. It's just, we're all kind of moving through cycles in our lives, and the tarot reflects those cycles. So if you are in the Eight of Swords energy, especially if you are feeling that way 6 months from now, there is a way. It just feels like there isn't. That's the Eight of Swords, because the Swords is in our minds. It's our thought processes. So even though there is a way out, there is a path, it can feel like we're stuck, or we're trapped. We're not seeing an option. So let's see what's recommended here. Yeah, so we have the Hermit card. This is the second major arcana to come out. There's some inner journey that's happening here. I think that rather than Spirit saying you need to try harder, no, I think again, this is an inner journey, bringing light to some inner feelings, because when we think we're trapped, where are those fears coming from? Where is that thought process coming from? It has to come from within first, to shine a light on how we're really feeling. Are we blocking ourselves because we're not ready? Do we feel like maybe even we don't trust, we can't trust ourselves to make the right decision because of our past decisions? Totally understand that as well. I'm not throwing shade on any specific person, just kind of throwing out some ways that this could appear for us when I'm seeing this. So there is an inner blockage, and again, the message of the Eight of Swords is, just as much as we feel like we are the prisoners, we are also, or prisoners to our minds, we are also the gatekeepers. So we also hold the power to unlock that blockage. So if I say blockage, it doesn't mean like you're stuck. You both hold the keys and, you know, and are the prisoner when we see our inner power, right? Because our reality is what we create of it within. It's kind of what I'm trying to say. Hopefully that's coming across. So you have the power here, and that's what's being shined a light on, is how can we open up, and if we discover truly what is holding us back, even though we might be fearful of it, if we really dive deep within to find that, we are able to shine a light on it. We are able to actually take its power away as soon as we shine a light of awareness on it. We are able to take away its power, and we're able to free ourselves within. So just keep that in mind. I feel like this group has a very inner, deep spiritual journey, and the more you dive deep, and you might be saying, well, some of you might be feeling like, well, I've been doing shadow work, you know, like I'm over it, but I feel you, you know, I definitely feel you on that one. Sometimes it can feel like a never-ending journey, but there's highs and lows in life. There's ebbs and flows. There's the cycle and the spiral that we're on. So it's not always going to be shadow work, but it just means that the person who, I'm getting the message kind of that the person who you are deeply wanting to align with as your romantic partner is also doing this work. So you're meeting each other at this deeper level, but in order for you to align, you both have to you know, be this spiritual person. So just as much as you want the other person to maybe be spiritually awakened, you're being called upon to also spiritually awaken as well. And that way you align. Yeah, so we're seeing the Six of Swords wants to come out again. We saw that earlier. Again, this is kind of hanging on for the ride, because I'm also sensing from the Six of Swords that it might feel as though you're getting swept up. You're getting swept up in this energy, and you're just gonna kind of like wait it out and see where it takes you. Be open to seeing where the energy takes you, and to not assume that it's a dead end, right? Don't assume it's a dead end, either with dating or with relationships. You're kind of getting carried away and swept up for this ride, but it's an opportunity. Any type of pause or time for reflection is an opportunity to go within and to kind of question certain mindsets, kind of question your certain thought patterns, and not just kind of accept them, but just be curious about it and question them. The hermit, you know, is in the cave. He has the lantern. He's looking, he's searching. It's the masculine energy of the mystic, you know, going within, taking action within to dive deep and understand things at a deeper level. We also have the Sun card and the Two of Swords. So in this dynamic of kind of like a back and forth, I almost hear like maybe conversations back and forth with it in yourself, of maybe one part of you wanting to transition, you know, like leaving these thoughts behind, and then the other side of you resisting, still doubting and not trusting fully. But the Sun card says to me that there is joy coming. So 6 months from now, and we are going to kind of clarify this too, because I'm wondering how this is appearing for you. But the Sun card says you will shine a light, and you will feel the joy from shining the light of awareness, from recognizing. The other thing with the Two of Swords is we may try to, so the Two of Swords, you think of two conflicting thoughts, or not knowing which direction to take, maybe having two options, two people even, maybe there's two people vying for your affection at this time as well, not really being sure who to choose. But it's almost like happiness chooses. Joy guides you, you know, your own happiness guides you to the right decision. And it's rather than kind of like trying to mentally figure it out and logic your way out of it, I don't think that's going to get you out of it, because I think the logic side of things is going to not make sense for you intuitively. That's an interesting thing. I feel like with this group, you might have a tendency to try to like mentally find the logical answer to everything, and some things, especially when it comes to romance, doesn't always have like a logical answer. So you have to think of or listen to our intuition, especially if you're just feeling off about a person, but like everything seems good with them on paper and you don't really have a reason to not like them. That's an opportunity, or you know, to not want to be with them, or whatever it is. Or maybe it's like you're choosing to be with somebody but you can't figure out, you know, like it doesn't make sense on paper actually. Your logic mind is kind of like confused. I feel like the Sun card is saying if it brings you joy, you don't necessarily need to question it. But I will say too is sometimes our old patterns can lead us emotionally to somebody who isn't going to be good for us. So only because it feels familiar versus that it's actually a good situation, which might be why you kind of go to your mind a lot. I would say be in your body more than your mind when it comes to romantic relationships. Be in your body and have that presence and awareness in your body, because your body will tell you a lot about how a situation is actually making you feel versus how you're trying to kind of think it through. So this is a time for many of you where you are gaining deeper clarity on that, and you are kind of unable anymore to like mentally convince yourself to do something you physically are rejecting and you physically don't want to do. Yeah, we have a lot of Swords energy. This is telling me that the mental conflict here, you have to, you know, you're needing to step away from the mental, like your mind gets so active about relationships that you might be questioning every little thing and not trusting yourself. Because usually when we don't trust other people, it comes from a place of not trusting ourselves to know, or not trusting ourselves to get ourselves out of a situation, or to speak up for ourselves. And I get that too. I always had a difficult time with my throat chakra. And actually I have a lot of physical ailments because my throat chakra has been closed most of my life, or I've struggled to kind of open it. But it does help doing these readings, honestly, like speaking and being on YouTube has helped me open it up and heal it a lot. So you might need to practice talking about relationships and talking about these things. We have 5 of Wands. It might feel to you like there's too much competition out there, there's too many options out there, and it gets very overwhelming. It makes you want to just kind of hide and not even deal with that. So I think the message here too is, if you are wanting to get out there, strengthening your throat chakra is important. So you feel like you can speak your truth, but also stepping away from, like, stepping into more of your gut feeling, like your solar plexus chakra, like strengthening that. Even with the Sun, like the Sun is that the yellow energy of the solar plexus. That's your gut feeling, you know? And I think either you're not trusting your gut feeling, or you're not sure how to, you know, go to your gut for answers. But I feel like that's where you are needing to strengthen, because your mind is kind of taking over when it comes to this energy. And that's nothing to be, I definitely don't want, that's just kind of like a recommendation that I'm seeing from the cards. It's not like all is lost, or you know, you can do this whenever you feel guided, or if you feel guided, or if it resonates with you. But if not, then you know, I always defer to your own intuition here. But 10 of Wands, it feels like for you, for this group, just romance is just exhausting. Like it just feels too heavy, like it feels like there's too much here. But this is actually a positive thing, because if we're being intuitively called, if your body is telling you, if your mind even is telling you that it's too much, you know, that you feel like you can't take a step forward in your love life, it's because it's an opportunity. This is an opportunity to know yourself better with the Hermit card, to find happiness as well independently, to feel fully in your joy and to feel fully in your sun, in your power first. because I do see with the Ten of Wands, this is a heavy burden that you are carrying. Okay, it's just like the energy's too heavy right now. So this is, again, not gonna last forever. And honestly, I see you with these two major arcana here pointing towards an inner journey, bringing happiness. And it's almost as though you aren't going to need the romantic relationship because you're happy being you. And that ultimately always leads, right? That leads to the connection if you want it to, if that's what you want to manifest. So don't feel like you have to rush this, or don't feel like don't feel like this is going to be forever like this. No, this is an opportunity. This is what I see for you 6 months from now. It doesn't mean that you won't be with someone either. It doesn't mean like you won't be in a relationship, but I'm just seeing the message that wants to come through surrounding relationships is there's healing that needs to be done. And if you do find yourself being pointed inward, this is just what is happening. We have the Hanged Man. This is completely seeing things in a new light, seeing things flipped on their head. A totally new perspective, just surrendering to what is and seeing a new perspective and finding the light again, finding your confidence again in all of this and being able to release a lot. So yeah, you know, this is just the messages coming out for group 4. So some of you may need to hear this. We are going to, let's just pull a couple of oracle cards. These are the Yin Yang Love Oracle from Angel Revelation 144, and she gifted these to me. I'll link to her YouTube channel down below. She also gifted me these Divine Dating Loving Oracle cards as well. So I'm super grateful for that. But let's just see what your next, after doing this work, right? What is your next relationship going to be like after this important work that you're doing on at a soul level? Okay. Declared love. So this is going to come in, honestly, somebody's going to tell you they love you. Someone is going to see you and declare their love for you. So to me, that again is this like effortless feeling that comes from you yourself being in this energy of just like light and confidence and the Sun card of joy. Loving strategy. Interesting. So to me, I'm almost hearing like this is a spiritual strategy to bring in loving energy for you. And we also have temptation. There may already be somebody who's tempted to declare their love for you. But in the meantime, you're doing this work, right? In the meantime, you're focused on yourself a little bit more and having these revelations, angelic revelations, having these amazing like insights to yourself that now you see somebody, even like you may even see somebody that before they weren't on your radar, and now all of a sudden you're like, oh my gosh, I completely align with this person because I've changed so much. Sometimes we just don't even realize we've changed, you know, that we've become a different person. And then when we change, like all of a sudden we look around and like our lives the landscape of our lives has transformed. So we have single. So I do feel like for some of you at least, you know, who chose this pile, you may be single in 6 months. That doesn't mean you're gonna break up with anybody. You know, sometimes these messages can come through for different like stages as well. But I think the core message here is that Hermit energy we're talking about, that soul journey. And also strengthening your solar plexus chakra. And then we have unbridled, which, yeah, there's like this there's just this like explosive connection that happens for you having gone through this love strategy, this loving strategy. Like that just is an interesting combination of words, loving strategy, to me, because that's what this feels like it is. It's like the universe is providing you with a strategy. Oh, and it says vacation too. So you might be meeting this person on a vacation or going on a vacation with this person and just having an amazing time to a tropical location even. But I also feel as though you might need a vacation if, you know, like in order to go through this kind of healing process. Like you might be needing a vacation from dating or whatever that is. Take as much time as you need. This is actually like the time that you do take for yourself is actually leading you towards this love, you know, this unbridled connection, this temptation, this sexual connection that you will have with this person, you know. So the time away actually strengthens the next relationship you have and brings in the right person for you in an even more powerful way, group 4. So that is awesome. Let us keep going. We're gonna switch gears again and pull some cards for career 6 months from now, see where you're at there. And then we're gonna end, as I mentioned before, we will end with some final messages for group 4s, just anything that you need to know, any other blessings coming in, we'll end with that. The final kind of messages and themes for your reading. All right, let's see, we're adding all the cards back and we're gonna see what is related to career. Sometimes energies in our life just kind of transcends and encompasses all aspects of our life, so just keep that in mind. You know, if we're in a hermit mode, this could affect all aspects of our plans and of our lives. So that's why it's interesting to kind of get those confirmations and whatnot. But okay, let me know if you do like this format a little bit. At this time, usually I do piles of cards, but this time I did the full decks, just so that we could get as many cards as possible for each group. So yeah, let me know. Ooh, Justice. Justice floated right out. So balance. We talked about balance in the beginning of this reading, which is that balancing home life and work life. So this feels as though you're having a career where you're able to balance the things that you like to do, not feeling like your life is all work and no play, but also like fairness, being recognized. I feel like your hard work being, you know, well received and getting recognition for that, getting recognition for your hard work. So that's really awesome. I love the energy of justice for you. And it's just also justice because, you know, sometimes we receive justice for, yeah, after a loss or after a bad career situation. You know, maybe currently you're waiting for that to come in, or you're hoping to manifest this. But the loss of one thing is actually bringing you something else. We're getting the energy here of somebody who really put a lot into work and at some point did not get the money they deserved. Yeah, we have strength coming through again. Did not get what, like, you had to overcome this to get to this place of justice. It's like fairness. It's like you deserve justice, this group, for sure, whether it's through relationship as well or specifically your career. I feel like 6 months from now you're going to be feeling like things are back in, like luck is on your side again and harmony is restored for you. So this is in a big way too. We're seeing, oh, and we're seeing the Hermit. Yeah, we're seeing the Hermit card come out. Mentioned that might come out again. So, sorry, cat hair, cat fur. It's just gonna be a theme on my channel to just see cat fur. Sorry about that, they're everywhere. I have 4 cats, so. All right, so yeah, the Hermit card. Again, being in a place where you're needing to put yourself first 6 months from now. Really make sure you're putting yourself first. You might even just feel called by a spirit guide, by your angels, to go on this spiritual journey in order to restore balance. So I feel like you're doing that over the course of the next 6 months. In 6 months, you are feeling that. You could also feel that before then, you know, it doesn't necessarily mean like you have to wait 6 months before you're gonna feel better or something like that. Not at all. I'm just seeing that you're in a place of balance where, you know, things, this could even be like a legal case as well with justice and the scales. Sometimes it refers literally to, you know, winning a legal argument or like a legal case. But we're seeing recognition for hard work, things paying off that right now might seem like especially in your career, of course, paying off that almost seemed like you're just like putting all the effort in and you're not seeing the full results. Now we're seeing you really appreciate it in your career. We're seeing that you have time to take care of yourself and to pursue your work. So again, that is a balance of work and home life. We had the Hierophant come out. This is learning. This is maybe even being in a job I'm seeing where you can actually kind of move up, or you see a future there of growing and learning and seeing it evolve. So that's really awesome. Yes. Okay, let's keep going. Also seeing mentorship or being mentored, but you might even be working in education or in higher education. When we see the Hierophant, maybe working at a university or working as a teacher, or going back for some, yeah, and living your passion. So this is a shift from maybe feeling like you're just kind of like taking it a day at a time and just trying to get through. This is no longer the case 6 months from now. We're seeing that you're actually following your passions and you're pursuing something that you kind of been guided to, or maybe you've been thinking about it for a while and you're being guided to follow your passions more. We're seeing that with the Three of Pentacles. And with the Queen of Wands too. All right, I'm getting the sense too, like I'm hearing from you guys, but we don't know what we want to do. Like we don't, you know, some of you are saying that like, well, I don't know. I feel stuck with either how to take that next step. Because the Eight of Swords is coming up again. There's that mental blockage again of, I don't know, you know, I don't know how to move forward right now, or like I'm feeling stuck. I would say don't listen to your thoughts. Like at that point, your thoughts are kind of clouding the simple truth, which is the simple truth is just that you don't have to know. You don't have to feed those thoughts at all. When those thoughts come up, just become aware of them and just know that those are just thoughts of fear. It's not reality. It's just a thought, you know, and a thought doesn't dictate your reality. So in other words, soothe your thoughts and say to yourself, even like sometimes you can transform those thoughts by saying, I don't know now, but I'm working towards my goal. I don't know 100% now, because that kind of just, even if you can't per se like convince yourself that everything's going to work out perfectly fine and you'll find the answers, even if you can't fully trust in that, at least just say, well, I'm working towards it. You know, I may not know now, but I'm actually shifting my energy to know, you know, or you could even say, I may not know now, but I'm open to receiving that message. So just kind of this like shifts the energy of these types of thoughts. So that message wanted to come through for this group, and it could be about anything, you know, it could be about romance too, where you are feeling trapped by your thoughts, but rather than trying to think through it further and like either convince yourself otherwise, just say, you're right, I may not know right now who I'm going to end up with, but I'm open to meeting them, or I'm open to seeing how this plays out, or I'm curious how that's going to play out, even though I don't really know right now. I'm curious. So those are different ways to kind of shift the energy. Let me know in the comments down below what you think about that. That message wanted to come through for you guys. Let me know if you feel like that might be helpful, or if you have another way of working through those thoughts. Yeah, here, oh my gosh, as soon as we talked about that, we got a great confirmation, which is the Star card, and we also have the 10 of Pentacles. So you are, that alone, just talking about that shift in the energy has shifted the energy of the cards, which is just showing like free will shifts from this type of energy to the energy of hope, direction, and clarity, and happy conclusions in career, family, and in home life. So this is abundance. This is an abundant energy, and also ending up surrounded by family, surrounded by people who feel like family, surrounded by, you know, like positive connections. So I feel like that was the message that wanted to come through. Let's finish up with some oracle cards, letting us know what you can expect in career 6 months from now. We have you and your loved ones are safe. So if you are worried about, not having financial support or not being financially in a good place, I do feel like you could put your mind at ease that you will be safe. It says, what do you need to release? So remember, we're talking about thoughts a lot. So this is an act of releasing those thought patterns that are blocking you so that you can open up to the information coming in. And that's a really great first step. Before even saying like, well, I'm open to receiving the manifestation, maybe your next step is just opening up the energy to receive the information, because that feels even more kind of easy and, laid back. And it also feels a little more doable than trying to like manifest every single thing at once. So we can kind of take that in stages so that we're open to it more. If that makes sense, it's like easier to just be open to like manifesting a coffee first, like a cup of coffee in the morning, versus like going for like $1 million. So, both of them are just technically, energetically, they're technically the same and as easy to manifest both, but in our minds, we give one more weight over the other. So just manifesting information is even easier than trying to manifest the whole perfect career situation you're looking for, okay? Then we have, don't let pride get in your way. So you might be blocking yourself because you might be feeling like you have to prove something to other people. Maybe you feel like your career has to prove to others, to look a certain way to impress others. And now your pride is getting in the way of how to, of what you want to do. But then you end up in a place where you're doing something for somebody else, or just to kind of appear a certain way, even though it's just too much work or it's too stressful or it's just not what you want to do. All right, I pulled one more card and the Page of Pentacles came out with the High Priestess. Awesome. So I feel like the High Priestess is saying there's a part of you that really, like, your higher self wants you to pursue something in a career. That's what the message is coming in here. So I feel like trusting your higher self versus trying to prove something to somebody else, or letting your ego, which we all do, there's nothing wrong with that. It happens to the best of us, but kind of that ego driven moment where you're like, my career needs to look like this in order to prove to other people my value. I feel like there's a different way to go about it, because I feel like your intuition or some kind of guide, especially, we talked about the Hermit, the spiritual aspect to this whole process that you're going through. 6 months from now, you're going to find that like your intuition has led you to a new opportunity that might even be something that you wanted to do. It's like your childhood self. So we have a page here, a Page of Pentacles. It's almost like your child self is saying, no, like this is really what we're good at, and this is really what we want to do and what's going to make us happy. Let's pursue that, because otherwise I think you might just end up feeling miserable in a job if you are only focused on what you think would make other people happy. And I relate to that. Again, like, this isn't judgment at all. So if it resonates with you, that's great. If you're like, no, I don't do that, then, that message maybe wasn't for you, but I totally get that. We all, I don't know, I feel like most of us do have a tendency, I know I do, like we kind of are raised to think like this is a good job and this is not a good job, or like this is an, a respectful job, this isn't, etc. But at the end of the day, your soul is kind of leading you towards something that is going to actually make you happy. And that's what you're being guided towards and guided to do and guided to be kind of open to. And your loved ones will be safe. So it doesn't mean quit everything and, quit everything and just drop everything you're doing, which I don't think, this group's gonna do randomly. But I feel like it's more of an exploration. It's a receiving of information, or maybe learning more about it, maybe getting books on that and getting into it more. Maybe you're already pursuing it and it's just a matter of getting that next insight and that next step to keep you pursuing your passion. But this is where you're at, this is where you should be, this is where your soul wants you to be 6 months from now. So trust in the process and try doing some of those practices with your thought patterns. Okay, let's finish up group 4. We're going to do our final messages, anything I've missed with our Oracle deck here. see kind of the final outcome, final messages that need to come through. Maybe we'll pull some more cards, I don't know. But usually these give us that final confirmation that we need, right? Financial health. Yep, so that is being confirmed. Okay, here are 3 cards. This has happened with every group, you guys. 3 cards have come out and they're like the perfect cherry on top to these messages because it kind of like ties everything together. We have fertility, we have healing, and we have financial health. 6 months from now, the energy is of fertility. This is you birthing something. It's in the womb, it's ready to birth, but you're healing, right? You're going within and you're healing. Your family is safe. Everything's going to be, your financial health is going to be maintained. You don't have to worry about that. And you're healing, you're getting in touch with yourself at a deeper level, and you're birthing something amazing. Now, for some of you, this could be actual pregnancy, being actually pregnant 6 months from now as well. That's coming through for this group specifically, because fertility did not come through for the other groups. But this to me is something is growing inside of you, this new potential, this new creative energy, Queen of Wands, the star, in your intuition is growing strong. We also feel, remember we talked about that feminine, divine feminine energy, that Queen of Swords, Queen of Wands energy. Yes, this is that fertility as well, the fertility of the divine feminine that can birth something from within becomes reality. Wow, that's such a cool message that just came through, because growing within, that was the message here, is the work being done within you is being birthed into reality as this new perspective, as this new divine path that you're going to be walking on. Wow, group 4. So cool. What an amazing message to kind of tie everything together. I hope these messages were helpful to you. As I mentioned, this is a collab, so don't forget to go down into the description box below, check out the other readings, the other intuitive channels. They're amazing. Check them out. If you are coming from one of those other channels, just want to give a huge thanks for picking my video to watch and taking the time to watch these messages. And I do hope that they resonate with you and we're giving you, positive energy and also guidance that you found useful for you. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up to this video if you haven't done so already. I would appreciate that so much. I'm gonna link also above and below to one of the other collaboration videos that we've done, and also the complete playlist down in the description box if you want to go through those next. I've been putting them all together into one playlist so you can kind of binge those if you wanted to, and then binge all the other channels as well. Hit that subscribe button if you do enjoy my readings. I would love to see you back again soon, but bye for now.